Hello and welcome in this video here. My name is Kern, and in this video I want to talk about how your mind, your thoughts and emotions are creating your reality, and how higher principles, universal hermetic principles, govern our reality and create the universe we live in, And this is a pretty deep topic that I want to share with you and explain you so that you can use those principles, to really master your mind and create a life of purpose and freedom, and create a life where you really achieve and manifest the things that you really want to have, instead of becoming a slave of your mind or staying a slave of your mind, and living a life where you feel unsatisfied and where you are in pain and trapped. Okay, so this video can really help you to gain more freedom in your life and understand higher principles, and to understand why your life is as it is. Okay, and the thing I'm talking about and why I'm doing this video here is because I want to introduce you or show you a book that really helped me, because it really opened my mind. Okay, it showed me different principles that helped me to understand why my life is as it is, why there are different patterns in my life that I realized, and how my life is influenced by different things. Okay, and these principles can also help you to transform your life from negative to positive, and to manifest the things that you really want to have. The book I'm talking about is called the Kybalion. Okay, and the Kybalion talks about or teaches the Hermetic philosophy. The Hermetic philosophy is really deeply connected with alchemy, alchemical scripts, lessons, teachings. And the Hermetic philosophy goes back, to the old ancient time of Greece, Egypt, Egyptian and Greek time, in the ancient time, where the philosophers were pretty famous, and yeah, this book talks about principles and mostly about philosophical concepts, spiritual concepts, and this book has different laws, principles that it describes why your life is as it is, and why you are the creator to the life, and why you're not disconnected from all the life, and how you are connected with the life in a conscious way, in a mental way and in a spiritual way. And the book has different principles, as I already said. The book has 7 hermetic principles or universal laws, hermetic laws, but I don't want to go into all these principles today because it would take more time for this video. Today I just want to share the first principle of this book, and the first principle, hermetic principle, is called the principle of mentalism. The universe is mental. The all, with the all they mean the universe, the all is mental, and this is a really important thing to understand, that the world you live in and the life that you have was all created in your mind, in the mental world first, in the spiritual world. So the things you attract, and that's the first step that you should understand to become aware of yourself, to know who you are, is that you are creating your reality, whether you're conscious about it or unconscious about that, but you are a creator and you're connected with life. This is about philosophy here, this is about spirituality here, that you understand or recognize, or maybe you already do, that we are not just living in the materialistic world as the science is teaching us in schools. We are living in a spiritual reality too. And mostly the science that we learn in school, for example, in universities, is not talking about it or is making a connection here. We have physical laws, the laws of Newton, gravity, but they don't really talk about spiritual laws, okay? Laws that take place in a higher reality, in a higher frequency, but that govern and create our reality in a huge way, okay? And the first principle, the principle of mentalism, means that we live in a mental universe. Things don't just happen by coincidence, they happen because they get created by something, okay, by a higher consciousness. And everything that you attract in your life, and everything that you have created so far, was created by you, you know, because you attract the things in your life, and by the ideas you have, the thoughts you have, the emotions, whatever you focus on, whatever is in your mind tends to manifest in your reality. Maybe you already know the law of attraction. You know, the law of attraction is a pretty famous spiritual law. And maybe you know it from The Secret, the movie with Bob Proctor, Rhonda Byrne, the book from Rhonda Byrne, The Secret. And this is one of those laws that is also described in the Kybalion. But before the law of attraction, there comes the law of mentalism, the law of mind, okay? That there has to be a mind, something that creates the reality by thoughts, by mental things that we cannot grasp in the first moment, things that we cannot even grab with our hands. So whatever you see in your mind, that's what you will manifest in your reality if you do it long enough, you know, with persistence. And if you let it go at some point, it's also really important. So you can see your thoughts and your emotions as two different things. In your mind, you have thoughts and emotions. You have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Your thoughts are like electronic impulses, and your emotions are magnifying them, like a magnetic field, okay, that causes you to attract certain things. So here you have the thoughts, the electricity, and here you have the feelings, the magnetism. And those two things create your reality, because you focus on something with your thought, you feel that, and you radiate a magnetic field, you know, that attracts certain things, scenarios, situations, people into your life, where you manifest the things that you have thought about and felt before in your mind and have seen as an image that you imagined before. So whatever you focus on with your thoughts, whatever you imagine in your mind with color, with feeling, this is what you will attract in the end, and this will manifest as your reality. This is what the first law is pretty about, you know, that things come from spirit and go into physical things. You know, we have the spiritual world and the materialistic world. And everything starts by spirit and goes down to matter, you know, spirit and matter. This is a really important concept that I have learned, that opened my mind, that whatever we want to have in our life, in a physical world, in a physical external world, it always starts first in a spiritual world, you know. And mostly people would say, okay, this goes to religion, this goes to theology, this goes to philosophy, because the science we learn in school is not connecting spiritual things with physical laws. And that's a huge mistake, because people from the ancient time, philosophers like Plato, Pythagoras, Aristotle, Socrates, Leonardo da Vinci from the Renaissance, you know, even the famous scientist Isaac Newton, when he got older, you know, was transcribing old alchemical texts and scripts. You know, he was studying alchemy and philosophy, metaphysics. You know, even those people who were really materialistic first got really curious about the spiritual world, the Hermetic world, you know, Hermetic laws, alchemy, and philosophy, metaphysics, okay? And it's really interesting to see that those people were curious about those things and understood that everything is connected with everything. You know, that we cannot disconnect the material world with the spiritual world. And that's why I say from spirit to matter. That's why I'm talking about your mind, because you cannot grab your mind. You cannot grab your thoughts. These things are pretty spiritual, you know, but as long as you keep those thoughts, emotions in your mind, you will attract those things and make them real. You know, you can try it yourself. And maybe you know the law of attraction and the movie about that. But to go deeper into it, I can recommend you the Kybalion. It's a really interesting book that will open your mind and where you really understand that everything is connected. And in this video today, I just wanted to share with you the first principle. And the first principle, as I said, is the law of mentalism. You know, that the universe is mental, that it communicates with us, that we are connected to it, that we are living in a conscious universe, okay? And we can create our reality consciously or unconsciously. And mostly if we create our reality unconsciously, we create a reality that we are not happy with. You know, we tend to create an unsatisfying reality for us. where we are in pain, where we suffer and we are not happy. And that's the reason why you have to know yourself, to become conscious and know who you really are, so that you can really create consciously a reality that you really want to have, okay? And to understand yourself and to know yourself is really the beginning of all wisdom. That's when you start to understand the higher concepts and, for example, the Hermetic principles. I have made a video about that. I will link it here, how to understand yourself, what it means to know yourself, and why it's the beginning of all wisdom. If you're interested in that, I can recommend you to watch it too. And yeah, the final thought of this video is that you're living in a conscious mental universe, and that the things are not just happening by accident, but they're happening in a specific order. They're happening by law, okay, by principles, by spiritual and hermetic philosophical principles. And if you grasp that, if you gain this higher understanding, you will see that you are creating a reality that you really want to have, because then you are able to become a master of your mind. Because you are in the end not your mind. You are not your thoughts, you're not your emotions. You have thoughts, you have emotions, and you can be aware of that, you know? You can be the awareness behind that. And then you can really change something. You know, that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. So everything starts as a thought, as emotion, as a picture in your mind, as a vision. You imagine something, you give it feeling, you give it power through your thoughts, you focus on it. And the more you focus on something, the more you attract it in your life, because you are magnetic to it if you also feel it. You create a magnetic field where you attract the things that you focus on, that you feel, that are in harmony with you. And the thing is, you attract things whether positive or negative. That's really important to understand. You know, you can create something positively or negatively. You can attract positive or negative things. And the first step to creating a positive future for you, or creating a positive reality for you, is to become conscious. Okay? And this is the video I wanted to share with you. If you liked the video so far, give it a thumbs up so I know it was helpful for you in some way. And yeah, I'm also interested what you think about the book. Have you read it so far? Are you going to read it? You know, and yeah, what do you think about those concepts, these principles? And let me know if they helped you in some way in your life, if you have made experience with that. I'm pretty curious about your feedback, about your opinion. So please comment below this video and let me know what you think about that. This was my video, and if you want to have more videos like that, then please don't forget to subscribe so you stay up to date if I release a new video like that. And yeah, in the future there will come many more videos where I will go into spiritual, philosophical topics, where I explain more about the mind, about consciousness, awareness, knowing yourself, and how you can really master your life, you know, because it's my purpose to help you to understand yourself in some way, to find yourself in some way, to really know who you are, so that you can manifest a life of purpose and freedom. Okay? This was my video. That's it for now. I wish you all the best. Stay tuned and bye.